A peaceful morning, and a 16-year-old girl suddenly disappeared without a trace. April 12, 2016 began like any other morning in Yorkton, a peaceful town in the province of Saskatchewan, Canada. It is a place where small, deserted streets lead to quiet houses, where people still say hello on the sidewalk and trust that their children will be safe when they go to school. That same morning, Michaela Bali, a 16-year-old student at Sacred Heart High, woke up as usual. She and her mother, Paula, got ready for the new day. There was no sign of anything unusual. Michaela still gently applied lipstick, tied her hair, and wore her favorite turquoise scarf. The girl was quiet, loved to read and dreamed of one day becoming a kindergarten teacher or a veterinarian. Her mother, a nurse, clearly remembered that her daughter smiled softly when saying goodbye that day. "We will see you tonight," Paula thought. But the words seemed familiar that never came true. And then, like a ghost drifting through town, Michaela was gone. There was no screaming, no one heard a sound out of place. Only one small thing made the morning different. When Michaela's grandmother came to pick her up as usual, she wasn't waiting at the school gates. And then, everything started to fall apart. At 10 a.m., Michaela's best friend, Shelby, received a text message, "Hey, I need help." It was a message Michaela had sent via Snapchat, an app that doesn't store content. About 20 minutes later, a second message appeared, "It's okay, I can handle it." Shelby said Michaela had seemed upset the day before, but didn't think anything major was going to happen. But the feeling started to get weird when teachers, students, and her grandmother all confirmed no one had seen Michaela during regular school hours. Paula was immediately notified and rushed home. When the police arrived to investigate, she opened the emergency cash box in the house, an unlocked box that Michaela knew very well, and the money was still there. Michaela's phone, charger, and personal belongings were also intact. She had left the house, no money, no signs of running away, no trace. A 16-year-old girl disappearing while leaving behind everything she needed for a trip. The clues began to emerge, and they sent chills down the spines of both the family and the police. Michaela had gone to the bank at 8:51 a.m. Withdrawn $55. She then went to a pawn shop, tried to sell a ring, but was turned away because it had no value. She was seen at Tim Hortons, a familiar coffee shop, 3 different times, the last time at 10:39, as if she was waiting for someone. A witness said she asked how to rent a hotel room, but it was unclear what she was renting it for, and no hotel confirmed that she had taken her in. And then, Michaela disappeared from cameras, from phones, from the world. Yorkton, Canada. April 12, 2016, a 16-year-old girl disappeared in broad daylight. No cameras recording her departure, no witnesses to unusual actions, no blood, no obvious clues, just a series of behaviors that left adults confused. Called the bank multiple times the night before, sent vague messages about needing help, supposedly had 2 phones. There was talk of someone named Josh and Christopher on social media. Both names are mysterious. The family started posting pictures everywhere, posting on every platform, from Facebook to Instagram. The police launched an official investigation, but with each passing day, hope faded. What could have caused a good, family-loving young woman, carrying no valuables, to suddenly disappear? Was she lured by someone on social media? Or did she get on a fateful bus that never returned? Is there someone out there who knows exactly what happened, but never says anything? A 16-year-old girl can't just vanish into thin air. Someone knows. And someone is silent. In this series, we'll follow every trace together, from the last photos, the unusual messages, the hidden suspects, and a series of seemingly meaningless clues. Where did Michaela Bali go? Is she alive, or is she gone? The answer is still out there, and who knows, you might be the one who holds the final piece of the puzzle. Michaela is not the type of rebellious teenager. On the contrary, she is a sensitive, introverted girl who loves her family and lives a private life. Although her parents divorced when she was young, her mother, Paula, always tried to make up for it so that her children could grow up in love. Michaela is especially close to her grandparents, especially her grandmother, who often takes her to and from school every day. In the eyes of her teachers and friends, Michaela is a lovable person. She used to be in a band at school, loves reading fantasy novels and dreams of becoming a kindergarten teacher. But behind the smiles. On Facebook, she was also going through the turmoil of adolescence, loneliness, pressure to study, and budding but vulnerable relationships. A few weeks before her disappearance, Michaela began to show some unusual signs. She was often tired, skipped school, and seemed to be hiding something. She even complained, "I just want to disappear for a while." However, those close to her affirmed, Michaela had no reason to run away. She loved her brother. She never said she would leave forever. And most importantly, she left all her money, documents, and personal belongings at home. The question grew, was someone influencing Michaela from the outside? Was there something that worried her? But she didn't dare to say it. From the very beginning, the police uncovered the relationships around Michaela. But instead of a clear list of suspects, they stumbled into a maze of fake names, fake accounts, and mysterious online characters. The first name that popped up, Josh. Michaela had told her friends that she was talking to a guy named Josh, a guy she had never met in person. But when police searched her messages, accounts, and devices, they found no information about Josh. No Facebook account. No Instagram. No phone number. As if he never existed. Theory number 2, Michaela had been tricked by an online predator. At the time, teens were being lured online to run away from home, or worse, human trafficking was a major problem in Canada and the United States. Could it be that Michaela believed she was entering a secret romance, but instead fell into a deadly trap? Another stranger appeared on camera, a bearded man in a gray cap, sitting and talking to Michaela in a cafe. The two appeared to know each other, but the recording did not record audio. The identity of the person remains unknown. Another theory, Michaela went missing to find a way to leave town and start a new life? But if so, why didn't she bring any money, use no accounts, and not contact anyone for the past 8 years? Police investigated bus stations, airports, traffic cameras. No one like Michaela had left Yorkton. She had disappeared completely, as if she had never existed. There was no bloody scene, no drag marks, no evidence of her abduction. But what Michaela left behind, and didn't leave behind, were the strange pieces. At the bank, she repeatedly tried to withdraw money, called customer service in the middle of the night to check her account. She got $55, a small amount for a trip. At the pawn shop, she brought a gold ring, a family item, and asked if she could exchange it for money. When refused, she left without buying anything. At Tim Hortons, Michaela returned 3 times. Once to talk to a strange man. Once sitting alone, anxiously looking out the door. Once holding a phone call, then leaving. No one knows who she called. There was no camera recording Michaela leaving town. Where did she go? Did she catch a ride? Was she picked up? Or did someone force her to leave? Saskatchewan police expanded the search across Canada, working with the FBI to check for similar disappearances. Michaela's information was aired on The Hunt with John Walsh, a popular crime-solving television show. Volunteers organized dozens of searches in fields, rivers, abandoned houses. But all were in vain. No body. No working phone. No bank card used. An independent investigation by an online missing persons group found some strange signs. A Reddit user asked about a missing Canadian girl named Michaela with very specific details, then deleted the account after 2 days. From 2018 to 2021, several witnesses claimed to have seen Michaela in various places, from Edmonton to Vancouver, but there was no concrete evidence. Each time there was a glimmer of hope. Michaela's family was devastated. Michaela's mother, Paula, never gave up. She still updated the Find Michaela Bali Facebook page every month, posting pictures of her daughter, pleading for help. She always believed her daughter was still alive, somewhere, perhaps being controlled, deceived, or taken. Nearly a decade has passed. No arrests. No charges. No Josh, no Christopher, no physical evidence of the crime. But the scariest thing is, there is someone out there who knows what happened. And they choose to keep quiet. Has Michaela fallen into a human trafficking network? Is she being held captive, her name changed, her identity controlled in another country? Or is it all just speculation, and the truth is simpler? Colder, she was murdered, her body cleverly disposed of. One final question hangs in the air. Why did a teenage girl, living in a small, loving community, disappear in broad daylight? If someone killed Michaela, they hid the crime perfectly. If she is still alive, the world missed her final distress signals. 8 years have passed since Michaela disappeared, but no trial has been held, no one has been charged, no one has been held accountable. There is no evidence that Michaela was murdered, so there is no murder case to investigate. No one has been arrested, so there is no defendant to be tried. And so, no justice has been served. On each anniversary of her disappearance, Michaela's mother, Paula, has sent a petition calling on the police to reopen the case, to re-examine old leads, even if they are just a small one. I don't ask for much, she said in a 2023 interview. I just want someone to find her. Whether she is alive or dead. The silence of the law and the community has condemned the family to an indefinite pain. There is no end. There is no truth. There is only a void that grows wider every day. The small house where Michaela lived has changed hands. But the people of Yorkton still remember the 16-year-old girl, with a haunting look. On Facebook, the search posts have become less frequent, but each time they appear, they stir up pain in the hearts of those who knew her. Some former classmates admit to having anxiety after the incident. Some, as adults, still don't dare let their children go to school alone, because if Michaela can disappear, then anyone can. Michaela's last photo, taken at a Tim Hortons, is still plastered on bulletin boards in many public places, albeit faded. It's not just a symbol of a missing person. It's a chilling reminder that safety is an illusion. Michaela's family is no longer whole. Although they've always been together, each is dealing with the pain in their own way. Her younger brother, now an adult, hardly ever mentions her. Not because he forgets, but because he misses her too much. Michaela Bali's case is more than just a personal tragedy. It raises a bigger question: are we really listening to teenagers? Are we believing their silent grief? Michaela once said, "I felt swallowed up," but no one suspected she was actually being sucked into a dangerous vortex. Like so many other teens, Michaela may have fallen into an online trap, where anonymous predators lure, manipulate, and disappear with their victims in a click. In Canada, the United States, and many other countries, thousands of minors disappear each year, and the vast majority are never found. Some are later discovered to be victims of human trafficking, sexual exploitation, or murdered just days after leaving home, and most, like Michaela, disappear into the silence of society. This is not just a lesson about missing people. It is a lesson about the urgent need to protect the mental health of young people, about being vigilant in cyberspace, and about the responsibility of the community when it sees someone different. Every year, on April 12th, Michaela's family still holds a candlelight vigil in Yorkton. It's not as crowded as it was in the early years, but there is still light. There is still hope. There are still voices calling her name in the cold wind. If anyone knows what happened, please speak up. Even one sentence, one memory, one detail, it can bring back the truth to a family that has been hurting for so long. Until there are answers, Michaela Bali remains an unhealed wound, not just for her family, but for a society that has remained silent while a little girl desperately fell into darkness. There are pains that are not expressed in tears, but in the silence of an entire house.